happens over Hawaii at 11:30 every day, 11:30 in the afternoon. So you can see Hawaii in the middle there. Sometimes it's obliterated, it doesn't come out really strong on the screen here. But these are just to let you know how vast the chemtrails are. And that's just locally right over Hawaii. Compared to what actually comes over is what you see is the tip of the iceberg. The light, the stringy stuff there at the bottom like this, okay, that doesn't look, this is a normal cloud cover here. It's going this direction. When you look at it in real time, which you'll see in a moment, these are going that direction, opposite way. That's the stratospheric cloud movement. Usually we don't have clouds like that in the stratosphere. We have clouds like this in the lower atmosphere, right? But not like that. So that's Maui obliterated there. There's like a full hit. The clouds went right over us. You know, Maui, here's Big Island and Maui. They're all kind of right in here, the islands, and you can just see all that over there. And that's all it. What happens is the winds in tropical areas, the aerosols they spray really combine with the moisture in the air and really form a lot of clouds. Okay, because you need moisture. Have a high moisture, it makes a lot of clouds along the tropics and subtropics. And whereas in drier areas, like over America and stuff, they'll spray and then it'll just kind of go into a haze. It doesn't make the clouds because there's not a lot of moisture in, so it's different places. And what I want to bring up to you right now is a new way, which I first discovered on June 1st. Right, June 1st, we had a major rainstorm on the North Shore. About 7 o'clock in the morning, it came on with weird thunder and weird lightning, really hard rain, pounded and pounded, and then suddenly it stopped and went away. And the skies opened up, and I said, what the hell was that? And this was before I figured out how to grab the screenshots differently. So this I had to take it, but what I learned when I looked at this satellite, I noticed right here above, right here in Maui, that spot right there, every half hour it takes another shot. And you can see suddenly this explosion right there grows, right? And grows bigger and bigger. And then boom, we're having a rainstorm. You see the timing down here at the universal time clock. We're 10 hours earlier than that. So that's 7:30 in the morning right there. Take that time minus 10 hours. Universal time is Greenwich Mean Time. 7:30 in the morning, boom, we're having a big shower. Right? And then, about a little hour later, boom, it kind of dissipates and blows over us. And I thought, what the heck? And so then, backing up again, too far. Really clear at this one right here, you really see the circle. That's a really good one at that point. And you see over here, same thing happens on Big Island. And suddenly there's a kaboom that goes off there. I called my friends in Big Island, yep, they had lightning storms. They were way off the shower up there. They're off island. You see right there, it actually shoots into the trade winds going this way. Now, why would anything shoot into the trade winds? The trade winds are going this way. And this is shooting off that way. Boom. Shoots off that way before the trade winds grab it and start blowing it. And then if you look over here, there's another one going off on Molokai, there's another one going off on Oahu. They basically got all the islands that morning. And here's a close-up of it where I kind of came in closer, and you can see, here's Maui, here's that one offshore. Boom. Half an hour later, perfectly round sphere. Boom, turns into clouds, starts coming across Hawaii, looking like this. And there you can see the one going off on over the Hilo side of Big Island. It's shooting off into the trade winds. Meanwhile, the one over Hawaii dissipates and carries on. This is a new form, and I'm going to call it ChemBombs, aerial explosions. We still don't know exactly how they're doing it. We know they have the ability to do these from the ground level.
Hey Bruce.
Yeah?
I have footage of that day from
Yeah?
my house.
From your house.
Yeah. Oh, good.
They have a way, I know they're exploding in the air. There's also another way they're able to shoot from the ground level up into the sky.
I took the video because it kind of looked like the clouds were hard.
Yeah? Good, I'd like to see that, and then we'll get it on the website to develop. So then I started looking a little more, and I saw something across Nebraska. And of course, this is the time when Nebraska, when they were having huge rain problems and the Mississippi, Missouri River were overflowing in early June, right? And look right here, this is the first screenshot right here. And you'll notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these things going off all around the place. Is this one plane dropping a bunch of things in a big circle, or a couple of them out there? I can't say, but watch it grow. Boom, half hour later they're all expanding. Getting bigger, bigger, forms a massive cloud with a huge rainstorm. And I checked the weather, and sure enough, they were having it there. And they had a huge thunderstorm, same thing, right over there, across Nebraska. And you can see it continuing on its merry way. And that's where I got it when I first started. So then I noticed something here. Where there's on top of Mauna Kea, aiming toward Hilo, there is a satellite. I didn't quite catch that. It's right at the beginning here. What you see is a mushroom cloud, like appearing. Right here, you see that going up? And then boom, it goes up and gets caught in the trade winds and goes that way up higher. Okay, now high up on the mountain, I'm going to do it one more time. Here it is, suddenly a cloud rises up high and shoots off and then goes into the stratospheric. It starts out in the trade winds going this way, and then it goes to the stratospheric clouds going that way, so it rises up. And so that's a camera, you can actually go online, it's a web thing, and you can actually see that going off. And then I decided, well, let's just take a look at it right here. And I actually caught it from the same direction at the same time, going off right here. See that guy right out here? Well, this camera was atop this way, looking that way. And when you saw the mushroom cloud, it was over here at the same time as it's happening. So that's what I saw there as that mushroom cloud rising up. Boom, boom, boom. There's the sunset happening, and then it dissipates. By the way, this whole thing you see moving that way, that's the stratospheric clouds going the opposite direction as the trade winds, which are going this way. So that's all chem clouds.
You know if they do it at night?
Yeah, they do it day and night. What we're seeing right now, it differs different times of the year. But what's been happening now is they seem to be doing it off the around the Midway Islands, or the Marshall Islands, I mean, pardon me. I see it around the Marshall Islands going off. And then it drifts coming, you know, from the southwest to the northeast, the opposite way of the trade winds. And it blows that way toward us and comes over us. By the time they come here, it's pretty well dissipated, and it's in these long, stringy, gooey stuff you see coming over us. And you'll see it going the opposite direction. Almost every time you see clouds coming from that way, they're chem. There's not a lot of normal cloud cover that comes that way that's not a chem cloud. You'll see sometimes some really flat, simple clouds. Those aren't it. It's the stuff that looks like stringy, gooey type of thing. Do you have a question? Okay.
I have a quick question. Have you noticed that there's hardly ever any jet trails anymore?
Well, jet trails don't form.
In the last few months.
Jet trails don't form in the tropics because you need colder air. It's actually ice crystallization happens as it's coming out and
I was talking about
crystallizes.
right over my house last year. I saw at least 20 to 30 chemtrails
over.
Huge ones covering the whole island of Maui over my house.
Right.
Now I don't see that anymore.
Right.
I see the weird haze in the sky.
Well, that's what's floating close from a
It's
long
like
distance
their
away.
method of operation seems to have changed in the last 6
Yeah,
months.
it changes. It changes time to time. Sometimes they're really active. People from Kipahulu really see them because they're spraying into the trade winds, into the clouds, just above the clouds and the trade winds. They're blowing there. Lower elevation, which comes and hits us. Sometimes you see them really up high going over us. But more often when you see the jets, they're lower elevations. And they've actually got the actual footage of that actually doing it from Kauai SkyWatch. Or KauaiSkies.org, I guess. Blogspot. Yeah, we got hundreds of pictures. So it's time to get these on the website for all to see in an organized manner so people can really see what's happening. So this is what Mexico has been having a serious drought the last 2 years. Okay, they're drying up. And what happens in the drier areas, like in this Mexico, is the chem clouds will actually sequester the moisture that would normally land on them, right? And then it blows away. So look along here. I'm seeing this on a regular basis in Mexico. Boom, 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 boom. All these things right here. And here's a little hurricane going off right here. And they're even spraying right into that little hurricane. And as you watch it, you'll see these things grow and grow and shoot off. Now those are going away from Mexico. So it's grabbing the moisture that should be in Mexico and sending it off into the ocean. Doing the opposite direction. Of course, that's the way the winds are going. Now they're sucking the moisture rather than creating rain. They're sucking moisture away and sending it, probably creating that drought. I mean, what else is to be said to that? I don't know. Now this is what they call the RGB color sequence. It's an infrared, and it makes image where the stratospheric clouds are really bright and white. I really like it because it really makes those clouds stand out and not the others. And here is the same thing. Yeah, this is the same. This is the last one I'm going to show here. This is the same thing in water vapor. And you can see, of course, the high of a hurricane, you'd expect to have high water vapor. This down here shows you the level of water vapor, right? So you can see that's low, medium, and it gets in the blue range, it's very high. And you see these focalized places right here, extremely high moisture content. Just as much as a hurricane. That's how much moisture they're grabbing out of it. And then it goes off into the ocean. Every half hour a picture is forming and you see something else happening. And all that then drifts out over the ocean and doesn't land on Mexico. Why is there a drought in Mexico? Good question. I got lots of other stuff I could show you, but Bonnie Marsh is going to share for a few minutes.